Yo, this is Virgo Vaughn from the Virgo Show. And you could have been any place in the world. And I'm so glad you decided to pull up on me. Welcome back to the Virgo Show. And I appreciate all my listeners. And I am streaming. I'm so proud of myself. I'm streaming on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Notes, Pod Chaser, and on YouTube. And I appreciate all of y'all because you could have been any place in the world. Shout out to my international listeners. That'll be India, UK, South Africa, and welcome back, New Zealand. Love at the workplace. Let's go. It's time to talk about love at the workplace. It's the finale. It's the time. I've been telling y'all different stories about love at the workplace. I worked at a lot of different places, and while I was sitting here scratching my head, yes, it's itching at the moment while I was saying it, actually. While I was sitting here scratching my head thinking about what all I was going to say, because there's so many different ways to tell different stories. While I was sitting here thinking about what all I was going to say, and the love at the workplace, and whatever the case may be, how I was going to present this story to you. And I was thinking, like, damn, Siobhan, you just be talking about all of this stuff, and the other voice in my head is like, I know what I'm talking about. I've seen this, and I just happen to think about it because I'm from New Jersey. I lived in New Jersey, and I'm talking about love at the workplace at a particular place. This place happens to be down the street from the OPP. You remember this song? Think back to the video. That's what I'm talking about. This OPP. And when I say OPP, that video with the little triangle hotel is down the street. And when I mean down the street, literally down the street, 1 and 9 OPP. So when I tell you about OPP and love at the workplace, it literally went down. It was like the epitome of it go down in the DM. Like, but we ain't had to go on DM. It's right here at work. In between time, on breaks, on lunch, they had jokers who was going to the hotel. This same hotel. It was right down the street. People was going to the telly for lunch. And we ain't even gonna talk about the stories about the telly stories after work. We ain't even gonna talk about the after work stories, how the whole van used to go to the telly. We ain't even gonna talk about those. Those some lost files. I had recorded it, but I ain't gonna. Somebody told me, don't tell the damn story. You ain't even supposed to know that story. So these fucking orgy, the whole van. What they got them 18? How many? You know the big church van, yeah. Whole van. Shit you not. Shit you not. We ain't even gonna talk about the class trips to the hotel, the cocaine parties at the workplace. Swear for Lord, these people used to get down at the workplace. They fighting over each other at the workplace. Yeah, I told you my story. Most people. Why did you tell that story? Why not? If you just gonna be throwing people shit out there, put your shit out there too. Fighting at the workplace. There was prisoners there. I done seen jokers marrying, but we had prisoners at the workplace. The same prisoners, same workplace. Outwork program. I used to hear about it like, yo, so and so was dating the prisoner. I'm like, how you dating a prisoner? They come and they do little work program. They do the yard. I'm like, How the hell she start dating him if he was doing the yard, like, at the workplace? I don't know how they was. Yup, I know somebody, real talk, married a prisoner she met at the workplace. I Real talk, married a prisoner from the workplace. He don't get me wrong, not just because he's in jail that he's not a person anymore. Don't get me wrong. Not that he's in jail, he's not a person anymore. But that does say something. It should say something about him. I mean, that's just my opinion. Anyway, that was just a instance of things that was going on at the work at this same place I'm talking about. The same place I'm talking about. The same place. And kid you not, these the last couple stories, that was just one building. My building. But look, did you like the story about the love at the workplace? You got more commended. You might have liked it or you might have got bored. I don't know, but I know Jack had you going. I, I know Jack was the one. Oh gosh, I started the story off talking. It started off with me at work looking at the little people, and they was in love and stuff like that. If you remember, if not, I'm just tell you anyway. It started off with me and the little people, how in love they were, and they were working together, and they looked so happy. None of them people don't work there no more. Either none of that. All of that is gone. All of that is gone. All of that is gone. And I don't know. Don't ask me where it went either. All of that is gone. Either they broke up, and I mean either they broke up or they fired. So it's either they went this way, one of them still works there, or none of them don't work there no more. It's the honey and money. It's a sticky situation either way. I promise you. But what? So that was those people. Okay, that was them. We did Mark, Mindy, Jack. You had all of that. Okay. You kept up with that. We went to Atlanta. At the pizza parlor, dude fell in love with the stripper. Yeah, the delivery driver told he wasn't doing shit. Right. That was full because, like I said, Big Daddy K is gonna end it off. But I'm pondering in my head, like, what else? Did I finish the whole story? Because we're not coming back to this. We not coming back to this love at the workplace shit. I'm done. This is it. Literally, this is it. We're not coming back to this. If I come back with some more, just I'm not. This is it. I'm thinking, like, is there anything else? Now, the Atlanta, like I said, Atlanta. I was thinking, like, is there any more Atlanta? But do, I do remember some more Atlanta. Okay, so Atlanta, we was training. I was working at this store. Doesn't even matter. We ain't even gonna get into none of that shit. We can fast forward to the good part. So I was training in the store, and they hired these people. It was a whole bunch of people. My store was the training center, so the flagship they called it. My store was the flagship center, so they was all training. What else? So we had a bunch of people at work. It was ridiculous, like we to the point where one is ringing and the other one's back, and it's that many people. But anyway, so the other store opened up, and the rest of the people they went to their respective place where they were supposed to be. So we did all of that, and it was this couple they had, and I was wondering like, are they together? And they was like, yeah, they're a couple, they're together. I'm like, did y'all hire them together? Because I have my preserved feelings because the situation I told you with me that had happened already, so I already knew that it wasn't a good idea. So now I'm looking at look at me, I'm judging. So now I'm looking at them like, and y'all hired them together. That's okay. There's some southern stuff they do, like whatever. I guess you get two people for the price of one. Maybe that's how they see it. Maybe that's how they see it. I guess if anyway, so the two couples they went there. We're gonna call them I don't know. I don't have no names for them. Him and her. So, because I got messed up with the names, because the Bobby and Whitney, they were supposed to be Jen and Ken. Ken and Barbie. I messed all them names up. I wrote it down and then I messed it up. I'm mad. So him and her, shit, that's their names. These two people, him and her, him and her, him and her, they went to their store. They was working at they was working at their store. Him and her was working at their store. So we only two stores. So it's us and then it's them. And him and her work over there with them. Yeah. So him and her, they went to their store. And you know, it's only two stores. So we us hear about them, they hear about us because it's only two of us. So him and her, they went to their store. We get word from the manager during the morning meeting. They said, "Did you hear about them over there?" And I'm like, "What about them over there? You haven't heard?" I'm like, "Get to the damn point." "No, I ain't heard. I ain't about to play charades with you." And she was like, "So him and her went over there and started working. And then I guess they had some other people working over there too. So there was there's a she. She started working there. So him and her was working together, but I guess when they really thought about it, they decided, you know what, we can't put him and her to work together. So they split him and her up, which makes sense. If you're gonna hire a him and her, you should split him and her up. So they split him and her up. So once they split him and her up, they gave him time to notice she. So now him trying to holler at she. So him and she, they trying to do something. I guess him and she started fucking. Long story short, had to be because him and she, they had it going on, and some kind of how her found out about him and she, or maybe she approached her. I can't remember how it went exactly because that wasn't even the best part. That was just the prelude to the story. So either way, the three of them was in the calamity. So her and him will argue, and then her and she will argue. So the job is sitting there because these is managers meetings they having. So the job is sitting there trying to figure out, like, oh snap, what to do. I guess they didn't think that this was actually going to backfire on them. I knew from training. They didn't think that was going to backfire on them. So they trying to figure out what to do now because it's him, it's her, all of this stuff, and she and her started having a conversation. She and her started having a conversation about him, and it got loud, and the manager said, "Y'all can't do this here." So she and her decided that they was gonna go outside. Maybe she should have told them to go, y'all, y'all go over there by the dumpster. Y'all go on the back. Maybe she should have been specific. Y'all go out back with that bullshit. But she told them y'all can't do this here. So she and her decided they was gonna go outside. Right outside. So she and her is out there arguing back and forth. And I guess word got back to him, like, yo, she and her out here arguing. What you doing? Like, I don't know if it was like a high five, bro, or oh shit, bro. But either way, he pulls up. He pulls up. She, her, him, all of them in there arguing back and forth outside. He was smart. He broke it up. He put her in the car. I guess that's the one that makes the most sense. Grab your bitch. You in trouble, y'all. I think they live together. They was that kind of happy couple. Get yeah. You gotta cut your losses. You better grab what you can. So they was trying to figure out the job don't know what to do because they have a problem now. We got 3 employees that's arguing and fighting. Long story short, they got rid of him. They said he was no. They they got rid of the girlfriend. She. They got rid of she. I remember now. They got rid of she. They said she was the problem because him and her was good. And the problem didn't come till she. I remember arguing with the manager, telling them that no. She not the problem. He the damn he is the problem. He's the problem. He is the problem. Y'all worried about her. Y'all worried about she. She was minding her business. Y'all fucked around and hired him and her, and that didn't work out. Once y'all decided to split him and her because he was gonna holler at she. I guess maybe they assumed because he had a girlfriend he wasn't gonna look nobody else. But hello, You want to be my work boo? I mean, my boo already work here, but you can still be my boo. Like, you could be my day shift boo. I mean, I already got a night shift boo. You mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's whatever. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, right. That was in Atlanta. That, you know, just call it an honorable mention. I didn't want to negate that. I didn't want to negate that. Like, I see how much time I got to end of this, because I see if I can give you another stupid story, because I had lots of fun in Atlanta. Lots of funny stories in Atlanta.